Welcome coders. Today we are going to turn a blank page into a fully functional quiz app, and we are doing it the old school way using just HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So here we go. So let us first start with creating a folder. Name basic quiz app, and I will open this with Visual Studio Code, and I will create the required file here. First index.html, then we have style.css for CSS and script file for JavaScript. So let us begin with HTML first. Give it a title basic quiz app, and I will link style.css with it. Style sheet and href will be style.css and then close it. And also I will be linking the script tag below here so that it will run after the document get loaded. Like here we have script tag, script here src will be script.js and close it. Now let us make this live so that you can see the live changes. So just click on this go live. Now I will open this aside this browser. So now let us create our structure. So first of all, we will be having one div. Let us give it a color, background color. So let us first style the body. Here in the body, first of all, background will be a dark blue color. So let's select blue, and then I'll change it to a bit darker. Yeah, here. So, and also I want to give it a gradient color. So for this, which is background and linear gradient. So there is some website which by itself give a gradient color like CSS gradient color. Here it is. So I already made it, so I'll choose this color and this, copy it and paste it here. Okay, so now let's check how it is. Great. So after this, I will give some other style here, like height will be 100 VH, then it will be a flex box which will be inside it. It will be flex box, and justify content will center. Okay, we can give it later on. Let us first give it other parts which required here. Then here, first of all, we'll be having our main container, and I'll give it a class name main container. Then inside this main container, we'll have another div which will represent a header. Like inside this div, we'll be having h2, like header. Like what header should I give? Like, yeah, I can give it basic quiz. Okay, then below this basic quiz, will be have another div. I'll give it a name, class name quiz container, and also I'll give it a class header container, and it will have class header. And inside this quiz container, we'll have another question. So for this, we'll take one div, and inside this div there will be a p tag. And for now just let us give it a simple question. Actually, I already created an object and an array of these options, and the questions here we'll have 4 questions. So I'll just pick it one and we'll paste it here. So this container will have class question container, then inside this question container we'll have class question. Okay, so after this question we'll have the options. So for this we'll select one div, I'll give it a class options container, and below this option container we'll have individual options which will have class name option. And so just for now I'll give it option 1 and I'll just copy it and paste it 4 times. So change it 4, 3 and 2. So now let's see how does it looks. It looks very terrible. Now once we'll add CSS it will make sense. And also one more thing we need to give here is a button which will be a submit button. Div, it will be a button container, inside this button container we'll be having our button. I will give it a class submit button, and it will have one text submit. Just save it. Here is our raw HTML. Now let us style it. Okay, so first of all we'll be styling the main container, like dot main container. I will give it a background color of white color. Here it is. And now let's give it height. I will give it a minimum height of 400 pixel, and the real height will be, it will just fit the content inside it. So after this height I will give it a width of 600 pixel. Okay, then I will give it a border radius of let's say border radius of 5 pixel. It's not much, I need much, so I think yeah 10 or 12, 16, yeah, this is better. And now I want to bring this at the center. So for this I have to do align item center, and also I want to change the font also. So I will select font from Google Fonts. So I'm going to select, so here get the fonts, and here if you want to select, where is the option, like here. So there are 2 options, one using link tag and others using import in style sheet. So I will be taking this one and I'll put it here. So it will import the font. Then I'll change the font family here to enter. Now let's check if it is working or not. Yeah, the font has been changed. It looks better now. Now after this I will give it a margin of 0 pixel, then and also a padding of 0 pixel. Okay, now that's it for body. After this we'll be adding CSS here. Now so we have to bring together all the elements inside. So after this border radius I will be giving it a shadow a bit, that is box shadow. Here first it will be like 5 pixel, yeah, 5 pixel and 5 pixel, and it will be also 6 pixel black. I will just decrease this one to 3 and this one to 4, yeah, and this one to 8. if I change the color to a bit gray, that is better. Or you can put whatever you want. 3 here equal to 4. Yeah, yeah. Let's keep this much. So now after this box shadow, I will create it as a flex box. Then inside this flex box, all the element will be at the center. So and it will be a column, not a row. So flex direction will be column. Yeah, that's great. Now and justify content, I'll do it center. So it is in the center and align item center. Yeah. So now it's becoming a bit better. After this main container, I will pick the quiz container. So this will be the quiz container and this will be the header. So we can change the header as well, but it's fine to me. So better, let's save time and move on to next. So now it will be quiz container. It will be quiz container, which will have some width of 80%. Then I will give it a height of 80% as well. So yeah, that's better. Now after this quiz container, also we have to style the question now first. So select question container. Here the CSS will be border bottom with a 1 pixel solid black. Yeah, it looks better now. And padding, I want to give padding will be 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 8 pixel and 0 pixel. So we just need to give pixel. Okay, there is some extra margin here, like you can see here. That's what we have here for p tag. So I want to remove all these margins, so I will put some p and margin will be 0 pixel. Okay, that's not 0, it should be 0, not O. So yeah, now you can see it makes sense now. Now after this padding, now we will be designing the question part. For question, I will give font weight of 600. Yeah, that's great. And for now we'll be adding CSS to options container. Here I will give margin or margin top of 10 pixel. Let's see how does it looks. Okay, great. Little bit of spaces is there. Now after this question container, and also I want to make it a flex box here, as there are other elements which need to be aligned. Now here I'll make it a flex box and I'll give flex direction will be column, and justify content will be center. Then I will give a little bit of gap between them, which will be of 6 pixel, and also I will align the item at the end. So that's it, save. Now you can see here it is. Now I will add CSS to the individual option. Here will have border of 1 pixel solid black and width of 95%. It's not option, it's options. So yeah, looks better. Now we'll give it a padding using shorthand method. 9 pixel for up and down, and 10 pixel. So you will be seeing here 9 pixel for up and down and 10 pixel for both the sides. So yeah, this works well. Now I will give a little bit of margin in the left. It will be of 5 pixels so that it align with the question and the option a bit inward. And last, it will have a border radius of 8 pixel. So yeah, it looks good now. So let's move forward to button container. But also one more options feature I have to give here on hover. Like option on hover, I want to change the color. For hover, the background color will be it's kind of blue. It should be yeah, aquarine. Yeah, you can give your own color. For saving time, I am not investigating much in the color, so just whatever I am getting, I'm making here. And also the text color will be black. Yeah. So yeah, it's working well. Now let's move on to our button container. Here the CSS first will be display flex. Then I want to make it center, so just by content center, not color. Okay. Center, it is in the center now. And align item center. After align item, and I will give a margin top of 20 pixel and also margin bottom of 20 pixel. So yeah, that's great. It looks great now. So we have to design the individual button now. So first let's select submit button as we assign class there. So here first I will give it a background color of blue. Let me decrease up it to okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay, and color of white. Color white, not white. So text color will be white, and we'll give a padding with shorthand method of 8 pixel and 16 pixel. Then it will have a radius, border radius of 8 pixel. Then we have, I want to remove the border effect, so we'll give it a 0 pixel border. So I think yeah, it looks good now. And also I'm going to give it a hover effect. So dot submit button, it will have background color a little bit lighter than blue, so that you can change, you can see the change effect. Okay, yeah, then you can see sorry, I missed the hover. Now you will be able to see. So a little bit of change is there. Okay, yeah, that's great. I will to change the cursor here, pointer, and scale, I want to scale it as well till 1.05. Yeah, it will increase size by 0.5. And also I want to give it a cursor effect here as well on hover. Where is it? Options. Yeah, here it is, cursor pointer. So you can see, so yeah, while selecting it will look like this. So our CSS part is over. Now we have to work on the script file, that is adding JavaScript, adding the functionality here. So in case of JavaScript, so we'll be starting with the quiz object. Let us bring the quiz object in the JavaScript here. I have already created the quiz, so I will be copying it from here and paste it here. So yeah, so there are 4 quizzes here. We'll be using it here now. So first of all, we will define the variables. So first variables will be let current question index. Current question index will be equal to 0. then let select answer will be null for now. It will store the value of the selected answer, and after this I will create another variable for select option element, options element. It will be, yeah, you can give option element as well. So that particular element which has been selected will be stored here, and it will be initially null. And at the last we'll store the score as well. So I'll store it in this variable. For now it will be 0 initially, and also there will be a wrong attempt which I will give name wrong, and its value will be 0 initially. Yeah, that's it. Now we'll be selecting the element using query selector. So, and we'll store it in the variables. So first variable will be question element, and here we'll select document dot query selector dot questions, not questions, it is question there. You can see here it is this question. So we're selecting this one so that you can manipulate its text from here. Okay, so yeah, this is the question. Then we have to, no, as it will not change much, so I'll give it a constant. And second one will be options container, which will be equal to document dot query selector. Inside it we'll have our dot options container. I'll just copy it from here and I'll paste it there. Copy, paste. Why wasting time? So again, after this constant, there one more I will select is the submit button. Submit button. Here we'll have document dot query selector. Here we'll have dot submit button. Yeah. So that's all variable we need for now, and if something else required, we'll catch it later on. So first of all, we have to load the quizzes first. Load the quizzes here, all the quizzes, as it is static right now. So for that, I will create a method. I will use one method which JavaScript provide, which is window on load, which means when all the resources has been loaded, then it will run that one, or whatever you will assign, it will do that. So first select window dot on load, not on award, on load. Here I will run a function load questions, load question, or yeah, load question, just load questions. I am not using parentheses here so that it will run instantly once everything get loaded. So let's define the function here. Function, not this one, just copy it, paste it here. Here we go. Here we have the load questions function. So in the load question function, we'll inject the HTML direct to this HTML body there. So first of all, what we need to do, we'll remove this from here, not this option. Let's remove this text first. We'll do it one by one. Then we'll be injecting that text to that p tag for the question. So we'll select the question element dot inner HTML will be equal to, so I will use the string literals here, $. Then inside this I will use the indexes to mark it index plus 1, as it is 0, 0 plus 1, so it will be first question. Okay, you can see here it is 1. Then dot space, now here we'll put the question. So what is the first question here? Here it will be the current, which is the first one, current dot questions, question. Okay, so you can see the question has appeared here. It is from this array dynamically. So we'll be doing the same for all these options as well. Now first of all, we'll reset the option container. Now yeah, just comment this out here. Option container dot inner HTML will be empty. Then selected answers will be empty as well initially, and selected element as well be empty initially. Now here we'll select this current and take all the options which is included in the current question. So current dot options, here I will apply for each loop, for each, there's some other options, shortcuts, and give it a parenthesis, and here it will be option text. Now this option, I will use this option text to assign the options here. So first of all, what we need to do here, we have to store that, or we have to create a p tag here. As we have removed all this p tag, we have to create this p tag and assign this class and assign and inject this HTML here. Okay, so let's do that here. So let's first create the option element. Option will be equal to document dot create element, yeah, exactly, create element, and it will be the p tag first. And now we'll assign class here, option dot class list dot add, and what class we will add here, option. Okay, after this option text, we will be injecting the text as a inner text in the option. Inner text will be equal to, yeah, that's as I said, option text will be there. So now let's see how does it live. Okay, as we are not appending it anywhere, so it is not appearing here. So first we have to append it as well. Okay, so how we're gonna do this? So select option container dot append child, and what will be the child? That will be the option we have. So okay, think it should be inside it, as it cannot become outside of its scope, so we have to do it inside. So you can see here it is, you can see all these options dynamically here. So now we have to put some other event listener as well. So when you click on it, we should select that options and select that answer and submit. So we have to do all this thing here. So first of all, let us add our event listener. Add event listener, which will listen to the click event. On click, it will run a function name. What should I name it? Or just define the function here itself, anonymous function. Or now, so when you click on it, it will run some code, and this will be document dot. First of all, we'll select all this query select, I mean all these options, like document dot query selector all. So as we'll be selecting all these query selectors or all this element. Okay, so query selector all, because we have common element here like option. So we'll select all at once. Dot options, here it is. So we got all these options now. Now here what we'll do, we'll run for each here. Okay, we'll run for each in these options, because it will return an array of all the option elements. Okay, so and for each, let us use a shortcut, remove this array here, give it a parenthesis, and I will give it a name of OPT, which is the short form of options. So we'll select that particular option here. Now I will change the style here, whatever we select. Okay, whatever we are going to click on, we'll be changing the style. First of all, we'll give no style here. No style. The background color will be, there will be no background color. Okay, sorry. Style dot background color, it will be in camel case, will be equal to empty string for now. Initially it will be empty string. Now here in place of background color, it will be color, which will be responsible for text color. So first of all, we need to do this for all elements, and after doing so, we have to put those color which we have selected to that option. Okay, we'll give color to that option we have selected. So for that, the current option we'll select, then we'll give it style dot background color, and the background color will be a little bit of grayish, DDD. So if we select, see, you can see there are black gray colors. Okay, and a text will be black as it was already there. So options. Now here I will give as which is responsible for black color. Okay, so you can see how does it look for this gray and black color. Now after this, we'll store the selected option in the variables, which is select answer, which will be select answer option text, which is here. Okay, and select element, will be the option itself. Okay, so we are storing all this data in this variable that select answer select, and we'll be using in the future. This, now you can see we have a lot of the thing done. Okay, so now after this the question has been loaded. So once we click here, it will selected. Now we'll be clicking the submit button. Okay, now we'll be working on the submit button. So for that we have to add event listener in the submit button first, then yeah, so let's minimize it. Now select submit button dot add event listener, and it will be click event, and I'll run a function named submit button, or I will give it a handle submit. That's more common. Handle submit function will get run, and now we have to define this function here. Function handle submit. Now in the handle submit, what will happen? First of all, whenever it is selected, then it will get run, or else it will not. It will give you a warning. So so first of all, we have to check if the selected answer is available or not. So if selected answer is not available, then give an alert, please select an option. Yeah, that's it, and just break the function here by return. Okay, that's it. Now if you submit, see, please select an option, you'll get an alert here. So once done, then move on to next part, which will be checking if the option is correct or not, and we have to move forward as well. So for that, we'll select the correct answer, correct, from the quiz. As we have in the quiz, you can see we have the correct answer option there, so we'll be selecting that. Okay, so first quiz, which is the current course question index dot correct answer. So this is the correct one, and after this also we will be selecting all the options, constant all options, which will be equal to like document dot query selector all, where we'll be selecting all the options with class option. So this will be required here now. So there will be conditions, if else conditions. If the selected answer and the correct answer is same, then only it will move forward. So we'll be having our if else. In the if else conditions, I'll select answer. If it is equal to correct one, it means the answer is correct, so we'll give some style for that. Then select element dot style background color will be equal to light green, you can say, yeah, little bit of light green, yeah, you can see, yeah, light green is better. Then also I'll change the style, I'll keep it black as well. selected element will have style dot color will be equal to black. You can give it like 000. Yeah, that's it. Or if I select this one, okay, here this all option should not be gray, so there may be some kind of typo here in the load question section. So yeah, this one background color is not changing, so that's why. Okay, on every click we are resetting all this background. Okay, so now when you select one option, now other, so it get removed because of this piece of code. Okay, so yeah, now after this, in the else case, if the question is incorrect, what we have to do, we have to give this a red color. As it is light green, I want to give it a light red color, not light red. So let us select some kind of red color from, what kind of red color I will select. Color picker, you can go to color picker. So I just need a very decent red. This color picker, actually I have some other, yeah, that's not from here, not from here, not from here. Red color. So I'll be selecting this red coral color, copy this and let's paste it here, and it will be, I'll give it a white color. So now let's check how does it looks. Reload. Now I will select wrong question and okay, sorry. Now yeah, you can see this red color, and also I want to show the correct answer as well. So for that, what I will do, I will select I'll select all the option first, and here once it is correct, it will increase the score by 1. It will increment, I will use the increment operator, and also if it is wrong, then it will increment the wrong by 1. So we are storing this value here. Okay, so now inside it, when it is wrong, so I want to show the correct value as well here. So inside it, first of all, what I will do, I will select all the options as we have already fetched here, and I will run a loop over it, which is for each loop, for each here. Remove the array, then here one parenthesis, I'll give same opt here as well. Then inside it, if I'll check if the current option, inner text or inner HTML, whatever, so better it is inner text, will, if it is equal to correct option as we have already selected, okay, from the current quiz index, then what we need to do, we need to select, we need to give red or green color to that particular option here. So we'll not be increasing the score here as it is already wrong, so we'll just changing the color to show that this is the correct option. Okay, So now if I select this, submit, it's why it is green. Why it is green? This is the correct question for options score else. Actually here the issue is there, as we have this selected correct one, so we have to change this with this one. Okay, because that was the correct option, so it is changing the correct only. So now what we have to show, when the option inner text is equal to the correct one, then only it will turn green or else not. So for example, this is wrong, so this is the correct one, this turns green. Okay, that's how simple it is. And now once we click submit, and also we want to do, we have to go back to the next question after some time or after a few seconds of delay. So here what we are gonna do, we'll use a set timeout. Here time I will give 1000 here. Then inside it I will increment the current question index I mean, and here now I will check if it is exceeding the length of the quiz or not. If it is exceeding the length, then it means the quiz is over. We have to show the result here. So first what we have to do, current quiz index is less than quiz length. Then what we have to do, we have to show the quizzes itself. So we'll load the quiz at the current index. Okay, load questions. So I'll run it here, and if it exceeds the quiz length, then what we have to show, we have to show the result page. Means what, how many options are correct and how many are wrong. So for that, show result, or what you can say, yeah, show result function will run here. So now we have to define the show result. I will give a bit more delay here, 1.5 millisecond we say. So now show result, let us define this as well here, function show result. Now this show result here, what we have to change all of this structure here. So now for a few minutes I'm going to comment this script tag and make this static. Okay, so what changes we need to do here, we have to remove these option classes, and we have to give it a style. What style should I give here? Like it will be header like score. Okay, so style will be like text align. It will be at the center, and I will give it a little bit of font weight of 600, or you can say just make it bold. Okay, yeah, it looks better, and it will be like, the header will be score. Okay, yeah, that's. Now just copy this, remove all this. Now here I will remove this bold one, and other will be same. First will be the correct answers, and here I'll use a strong tag to represent the number here, and I'll give a little bit of space as well. So for now let us give it a 4 or 3. Yes, then just copy this down here. Yeah, correct answer, incorrect answer, and final score. So why to waste time? Incorrect answer and final score, you can say final score. So strong 3 3, this will be 4, this will be 1. Yeah, so yeah, this is how it looks. And if you want to give some what it called emojis also, you can give here like tick mark, like here mention for incorrect. I would like to give it cross here, and the final dot. So let's see what is their final, no, flag. Let's give this one, or for one. Yeah, that will be better. Like So but what I can see here, it is in it is a side like this. So yeah, we'll be fixing it as well. Now copy this or cut it, and just for now just keep it here for now. Now first of all, what we need to do, we have to replace the header here like questions with like quiz over or something, quiz completed. So we'll select the question element first, question element, and inner text will be like I would like to give it quiz completed, exclaim. Then so submit result, it is not working now as it is. You can see we already stored it like this. So if we remove this and reload, no, it's not working. And why it is not working? Handle submit. Okay. Okay. Why it is not working? So you can see we have commented out this script text, so that's why it is not working yet. So let's revert this one. Now you can see the changes here. So if you go submit, next, wrong, then wrong. So this is only got replaced, but we have to replace this as well. So next, what we have to do, we have to select the option container, and then we'll have to replace the inner HTML with, sorry, inner HTML with that piece of code we have created just now. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so you can see it got appended here. So as you see, it is not in the center. We can add CSS here as well, like by doing option container dot style dot you can say align item, yeah, align items will be equal to center. So now let's check if it works or not. Color, both A and C here, this one. Yeah, it looks great. Now we have to put the real value here dynamically, and how we are going to do that, by replacing it with the score variable, score, and now we have to close this parenthesis as well, and here as well, in place of 1, we have to replace it with wrong, wrong attempted, and the final score will be shown like this. Here it will be score, and the total mark will be the length of the quiz dot length. Okay, now let's check. Yeah, so 3 of the questions were correct, 1 was wrong, and the final score is 3/4, and it's working really fine. Now our last step is to give it a button to restart. So after this, what we'll do, we'll change the text inside it as well, inside the submit button dot inner text will be equal to restart. Okay, so it will restart, and along with this restart, we have to add the function restart here on clicking on the submit button. So for that, we have to remove the existing event listener, submit button dot remove event listener. And what was the event listener? It was the click, and the function name was handle submit. Yeah, that's it. Now also we have to add the event listener as well. Submit dot add event listener, and what will the event listener? It will be the click. It will be click, and the new function which will be restart function, which the function name will be restart quiz. So now let us define this function here. Function restart quiz. Then inside this function we will going to restart all the reset all the variables we set above. That is, first will be the current question index, which will be set to 0 by default. Then score will be 0 by default. Then wrong questions will be 0. Then, and also the when we restart, the submit button text will convert it to that submit, will come back to the submit text also. As you submit button dot inner text will be submit again, submit again. Then again we have to remove those restart event listener, and so for that I'll just copy this here and we'll paste it here, and I will just change the variable here, and this one will come here. So now let's try. I think our quiz app is ready. So first option, there's hyperlink, correct. Then color, correct. And here I will by myself, I will select the wrong one so that I can test if everything is working fine. Here I think it should work. Yeah, that's great. One is wrong. Now if you want to restart, let's restart. Okay, but see, the text is submit, the text has been changed, but why the questions are not here? So for that we have to run one more function, that is load questions. Then only it will load, right? Load questions here. Now yeah, that's it. All the code has been done. Now let's test our app. Submit, wrong. Now we can make any wrong attempt here. Now we'll select all the correct one. Yeah, that's it. Now the final thing we have to test is the restart. Yeah, here it is. So that's it. That is our quiz app, which has been built using just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like it. And please recommend what kind of video you want, if any means any kind of improvements you want, any kind of feedback is welcome. So thank you for watching, thank you for your time, thank you. See you next time. Bye.